welcome to yet another very interesting conversation today on Spectrum Exclusive. My name is Janice Coberman. Today, we're not well represented, especially in politics, but some people will have a different opinion about that women have been given the opportunity, but they are yet, to grab that opportunity with their full hands. My name once again is Janice Coberman. I'm super delighted because I'm going to be talking to a woman who has, as a matter of fact, been on the front burner for her husband. Okay, so this is quite a delightful one. Anyways, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please do help me welcome Mrs. Imaobong Nkiru BASSEY Albert. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so first and foremost, I want to compliment you. You look so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so let's look at women in politics. 35% of the nation, that doesn't seem to be happening, especially in a country like Nigeria. And I don't know what you have to say about that.
I know we've been pushing for 35%, inclusive in governance. Yeah. And I want to say that as women, we're very tenacious. Okay. And we have a lot of women who are already in politics. And we don't just stop at that. We keep pushing. I believe one day that the women would have the 35% that we're asking for.
Okay, so recently the world celebrated International Women's Day, and it was more like the theme for this year was embracing equity. So what's your take? Some people think that women have been given the opportunity, to come out and have their voices heard, but some women are just there. They don't want to grab that opportunity.
I would say, given the women that have seen the opportunity to rise, in that direction, they've been bold enough to rise up and take, the opportunity that is given to us. And they also inspire other women, to rise up. And, sometimes it's not that they don't have it in themselves to do it. They can be held back by fear, and then also having the wrong mindset to say it's a man's world and all of that. But given the number of women that has ventured into politics, I think that would inspire other women to rise up to it. And women are good managers, and women have so much to contribute in politics. That's my own belief.
Okay, so when you say that women are good managers, they have so much to contribute in politics, I want to commend you for lending your voice. But before we come to that, let's even look at Akwa Ibom State, for example. You're married to an Akwa Ibom man, and looking at the gubernatorial race that will be happening this weekend, we have no woman, aside from being deputies, we have no woman substantively coming out to, aspire for the #1 position in the state.
I think we're warming up to it. We're growing into it. We'll have to grow into it. Our society, of course, is male dominated. And I think we're taking baby steps. Women being put in the positions of deputy, aspiring for House of Representatives and the Senate. I think from then on, women can aspire, for such position in the future by God's grace.
Okay, so it brings me now to more like the focus of this conversation. Imaobong BASSEY Albert, yes, popularly known as Oba. More like I would say he's a household name because everywhere you go to on the streets of Uyo, everybody knows Oba, But you have been consistently, pushing and rooting for your husband. Can you tell us where this inspiration is coming from? Aside from the fact that a lot of people would say, oh, because she wants to be a first lady.
No.
Okay, so.
No, that is not it at all for me.
Yeah.
And why I actually rose up to the challenge is because I believe so much in my husband. Yeah. I believe so much in him. And knowing the kind of person he is, he's one person that is very passionate about people. And he's very passionate also about Akwa Ibom. He's one person that at every opportunity he's given, he takes it, he grabs it with both hands, and he makes the best out of it. And I know that his aspirations are born out of good intentions for Akwa Ibom. And I know that once he's given that opportunity, he would be able, by the grace of God, drive the policies that he has carefully, written out for the state.
Okay, let's even take it back to last year, where he had the EFCC case, and then it looked as if it was going to be a snag for him, okay? And he was sent to prison. It was supposed to be 42 years, but because of health reasons, he was, brought out. And then there was a statement you made that whether imprisonment or not is not stopping him. Let's talk more about that.
I said that, I made that statement because I think we have come to the place or the crossroad where, as a nation and as a state, we need to rise up, take a serious decision or a serious look at the kind of people we're putting forward for leadership. I believe so much it's not supposed to be business as usual. We have to critically examine the candidates that are coming forth, and then and should be in the position of being better informed about such candidates before we cast our votes for them. So that was the reason why I made that statement, because I'm one person that believes so much in purpose, so much in destiny.
Yeah. Now, we have other candidates, and I think for the first time we are going to be having, not even just in Akwa Ibom State, but in Nigeria in totality. A lot of people have said this is the first time we are going to be having an election proper, because it's not something that the PDP or the APC would say that, oh, we already know who is going to be the next president or even the next governor in Akwa Ibom State. So now you have a plethora of other candidates. Now, they are also, very major people in Akwa Ibom State as political stakeholders, So what makes your husband stand out of all of these people? Why should the people of Akwa Ibom State go thumbprint for Obong BASSEY Albert?
Okay, why I would encourage people to vote for my husband is because he's a loving person. Not only is he a loving person, he has what it takes. He has the experience. Having served in the capacity as a Commissioner of Finance for 7.5 years, and then also given the opportunity to serve in the Senate. And he was also chairman committee, upstream at the Senate. He's met a lot of people and he has garnered a lot of experiences, which I feel, once he brings this to bear in governance, would make Akwa Ibom thrive more. Will bring a lot of explosion and development to the state. So that is why I would encourage people to go out and vote.
And you feel all the candidates want to say?
And then also his track record. I'm one to ask people. I'm not going to criticize any candidate, but I'm going to ask you, check their background, check their track record. Because a man can't give what they don't have. For instance, if I'm going to have to talk about my husband, it's his love for people. It's his love to see people develop that, would make him give out 500, would give out scholarship to over 500 students of Akwa Ibom. So when you check his track records, I believe that there's no one in Akwa Ibom that would have come in contact with Obong BASSEY Albert that wouldn't say they left him a better person. Meeting with him have left him a better person, or that encouraged in one way or the other.
Okay, let's come back to you. If by Saturday and after Saturday's gubernatorial elections, the odds seems to be in your favor, what kind of first lady will you be?
What kind of first lady would I be?
Yeah.
First and foremost, I'm a Christian. I'm a child of God. I don't want to say I'm a Christian. I'm a believer.
Okay.
So I'm going to be that kind of person that would embrace and welcome, everyone, regardless of the part you have played, regardless, because I believe so much in this state. Akwa Ibom people are good people, and Akwa Ibom ought to be one. We ought to be one, and development and prosperity and everything that we seek as a state comes in the place of unity. So I would be that kind of first lady that would unite, the people regardless of the local government or your personal persuasions and all of that.
Okay. Now, there's something that, keeps resonating in my mind, and that's about issues bothering women. We have, if you check statistics, it'll tell you that 1 in every 10 women were sexually abused or raped, and there's also the consistent violence against women. How do you intend to change that when you become the First Lady, if I would say the odds are in your favor?
How do I intend to change that? Like I earlier said today, I think some of these issues come from the fact of, our children not, I wouldn't say being properly raised, but, having that conducive atmosphere at home, because I believe that the society is a product, of the family. So a wholesome family will automatically, give birth to wholesome individuals in the society. So first and foremost, it's having people understand or have an identity of who they are. For a girl child, if the girl child is well nurtured and mentored, to understand who she is, that she's a princess, she would automatically treat herself as one. And then she would not also put herself in a place where she would be molested and all of that. So those are the things I intend to bring, to bear if my husband is given the opportunity.
So will that be the first thing you're going to change in our Akwa Ibom State? Because there are just so many ills, in society today.
That would be the first, but not all of it in totality.
Okay. So if you're just joining us, of course, we've been talking about issues bothering women, not just women, but also issues as it concerns the gubernatorial race coming up on the 18th of March, which is this Saturday precisely. And it is my honor to also have the wife of one of the gubernatorial candidates under the YPP, that's talking about Imaobong BASSEY Albert, also known as Oba in Akwa Ibom State. And we've been talking to his very beautiful and amiable wife, Mrs. Imaobong BASSEY Albert. Now, on a lighter note, let's leave all the serious talks now. On a lighter note, you're Igbo.
Yes.
Nkiru, yes, because as soon as I heard that name, I'm like, okay. But where's the Imaobong coming from?
Well, Imaobong was the name my husband gave me as soon as we got married.
Okay, so why did he choose to give you Imaobong? The love of a king.
Yes. I guess that reflects, how he feels towards me. Yeah. Because I also see him as my king. Oh, wow. And I often refer to him as my head. Oh, wow. And my crown. That's how I refer, to him. So I guess that's,
And you like the name?
Yes, I love the name.
Okay, so more like on a final note now, what's the most outstanding thing that you love the most about your husband?
That he's a generous person. Okay. He's a generous person and he's a people lover. He just loves people. He loves to see people happy. He loves to see people developed. He loves to see people encouraged. That is the kind of man I'm married to. And that's what you love about him?
Yes. Okay. So let you have the floor now. Talk to the people of Akwa Ibom State. Tell them what you want to see on election day. And of course, advice. There's so much violence around now. So let's know. What's your advice?
So I would like to encourage the people to go out on Saturday and cast their vote, of course, for my husband, Imaobong BASSEY Albert. He's a man that you know too well. And he's a man, I believe, that God has chosen in this time to take our state forward, and shun all forms of violence during this election. Don't allow yourself to be used, and don't also encourage violence, because this is the time we need to make the right decision by voting the right people into governance. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Mrs. Imaobong BASSEY Albert. Obviously, it was really a nice time out with you today. On that note, we draw the curtains on the show exclusive on Spectrum Television. My name is Janice Coburn, and just like she said, make sure you go out on Saturday in a peaceful manner and exercise your civil responsibility, which you owe yourself. Do not sell your vote and do it peacefully. Shun any form of election violence. And of course, Nigeria will be a better place for us all. And Akwa Ibom State also will be great again. We'll see you on another episode. Bye for now.